Is there a kenosis? It means a self-annihilation in the life of the Trinity. That's an ultimate question, and I would first like to recall that the great Saint Thomas of Aquin, to deny what I'm going to say, the X is a novelty that comes out of the thinking of some fathers and especially recent theologians like Houssen, Balthazar, Morize, slab, but I think it's a key absolutely unknown yet, and it will be necessary to understand that Thomas says there can be from kenosis to God because we cannot attribute to God concepts that carry in them an inferiority, and therefore it is impossible. God cannot be small compared to God. The reality of God knows that the Father, the Son and the Saint Spirit are absolutely equal in dignity in nature, and therefore none can be smaller than the other. Symptom, a reminder, thus the fundamental dogma, and this dogma is absolutely to keep. It is true, and yet we see very clearly in the Gospel a passage Jesus says about the Father is bigger than me. That Thomas explains he talks about his humanity because he is as tall, but his human nature is smaller than that of the Father. Yes, but Jesus answers, who saw me the Father? And when Jesus speaks, he speaks as eternal. Verb is expensive. It's not a human nature that speaks, it's a person. So how to understand? And well, I believe that the key is in the words that the Father says in the Gospel office. This one I have exalted, and I will examine it again. That means that we can get to understand without denying. Saint Thomas Aquin, who binds to God kenosis, and that's how it happens. I say in all his videos the Father contemplates himself, and that is where the Son is the Son and his own contemplation of himself only. He is called the Father, and to signify by that are to be even to him who is the Almighty. His being of Father exists only because there is the Son in front of him. A Father, it does not exist. I am only a father because I have children. Someone who does not have a child is not a father. So we are all sons and daughters because we have parents. So to be a father is to be in relation, and one is father as father only because one has a son, and eternally the Father says office Goethe, exalt because I am only by you. It is true, he only loses by the Son. The Son tells the Father reciprocally Goethe, exact because I am only by you. That means in fact that everyone raises the other above himself. He raises the other top of himself. I did not say that each one lowered below the other, but when we look at things, it's the same thing. In fact, the kenosis in God, it comes from the fact that Saint Thomas of Aquin, because the Father and a Son are equal, absolutely ego in nature, and so the reality, what he should say, I am identical to you, you are identical to me, and it should be the burst of their v eternal. Likewise for the Holy Spirit, or the Father says office, I am only by you, I exalted you. The Son said to the Father, I am only by you, I exalted you. It is not normal, and C is that which characterizes the relationship of God in his Trinity. Even the Holy Spirit, which is identical to the Father and the Son, does not stop saying, I am only by you, you are more than me. And so we see there is good lowering of one person equal to the other below his condition, since it exalts the other top of his condition. It is called kenosis. So if we want to understand the Trinity, it is at the same time a gushing of light, it is the verb of power, it is the Father of love, it is the Holy Spirit. But there is a second quality, a secret absolutely, to understand that he is not a person who, rather the mode of their relations each but the other over him perpetually all the time while they are equal, and that for a being as powerful, infinite as did, we will see the consequences that it has on us because it is concrete.